And welcome into Just the Tip of Fantasy Football Podcast. We are your hostess with the mostest. I am Disfat Bidge, aka Mac. We got Matt Regan and Ryan the Tagless Haynes. How are you guys doing?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you had a good weekend?
I did. I went out to eat for the first time in a year.
Ooh, that's a long time to wait. Where'd you go?
Hibachi.
Nice.
Milo loved the flames. It was awesome.
I bet. How about you, Ryan?
Yeah, pretty good weekend. I have no idea what I did, but work was too crazy today to remember the weekend. But
it must have been good.
It must
to forget.
Played a drinking game on draft night and you just coast all the way through the weekend. You don't even remember it.
It's true. Right. You know what? I think I spent most of the weekend just checking my phone and looking for draft updates.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Hopefully you like the outcome. We'll get into that later. First, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed, liked our videos, shared them. We appreciate the support. For those of you out there doing that, if you could keep on doing it, we'd much appreciate it. Maybe we'll send you a free gift or a free exclusive advice to guarantee a winning championship for your fantasy league within the next 20 years.
You say guarantee?
Guarantee. Next 20 years.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
All right.
We'll probably be done by then.
I'll probably be dead. I can't guarantee we'll make until Sunday.
Jesus. How bad was that drinking game?
Never mind. Regan missed the press conference. All right. But yeah, my weekend was good. Thanks for asking. But yeah, anyway.
How was your weekend, man?
Oh, okay. Thanks for asking. Got a little sunburn. Went to the beach. We had a coach high school football, and we lost in the playoffs by 1 point. Shootout. Yeah, it was rough. Yeah, it sucks. Oh, well. The boys learned a lot. Kind of the boat I rode in on was those freshman kids, and they were seniors. So, hey, they left it all out on the field. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Oh, that's great.
And with that, Ryan, how about we get into your briefs? All right, go ahead.
But I'm gonna try. So some quarterback news out of the NFL. So CBS Sports' Jason LaCanfora, among others, reports that Deshaun Watson is not likely to play this season with the Houston Texans.
That's a damn
Anybody
shame.
have Watson in a keeper dynasty?
Nope.
Negative. Thank goodness. He's too expensive. And now you can get him for free.
I might buy low halfway through the season, right before the trade deadline. If I'm either out of it and they're trying to get in to the playoffs, or vice versa, I might just buy low. Oh well. If they're out of it.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Chris Pixoto, a good friend of ours, who is rolling with Deshaun Watson and no other quarterback in our dynasty league. So
I'll trade him Andy Dalton. Might get a couple.
There you go, man. Sell him high.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's watching. You just did a trade proposal.
There you go.
All right.
And the second bit of news is Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. Reactions?
And I'm all set with him. I'm not drafting him.
Such a baby.
You could go to the Raiders.
I'm thinking the Broncos. They're looking. I know they grabbed Teddy, but I feel like they didn't. Did they grab? I don't think they grabbed anything in the draft for QB, and they were supposedly made a good offer for. I think they said 3 first-round picks for him to Green Bay. I don't remember where I heard that, so I'll have to look that up. But if they're that interested, see what happens.
I'd love to see him retire. The Packers hold their ground. He retires, then he hosts Jeopardy.
I like that.
Everybody wins. And that's it for the briefs.
Oh, slow day, huh?
Yeah, not a lot going on this. Well, a lot going on this week, but not as far as just
Only bought the 2-pack
basic
apparently.
news, I guess.
So that's why it's so big.
You never leave us disappointed, Ryan. And that was Ryan's briefs. We got into them nice and quick.
I like it.
Time to move on. All right. So, for those of you that watched our episode last time, we did a little mock draft trying to predict the top 10 players, minus Trevor Lawrence, where their landing spots would be. And Regan, the floor is yours. You want to share those results?
So you just want me to read it because they're in order?
I mean, you could. It is kind of in order.
Oh, I didn't suck. I'll tell you that. So,
I did. I got third place with.
That's not bad. That's still bronze.
Oh, it is. Yes, but when it's out of 3 people, it's like,
I missed that part.
Yeah, it's not that great. But yeah, I totally missed on a couple of them. Got too greedy.
Oh, there was 2 automatics, but it's cool. So let's jump into it. We left Trevor Lawrence out of ours, but obviously he went first.
What was Ryan's score?
Oh, you want to add that in? I don't know.
All right.
Second place, baby, silver.
You got second place?
Plus 28.
Plus 28. Oof.
Now listen, I had a plus 15 for Travis at the end, so outside of that pick, I was doing pretty good.
Yeah. No, you did the smart move. I mean,
no, mine was the smart move.
No, I mean they reached on him, Jacksonville. So hey, whatever.
Ouch.
We'll get into that later, though.
What was my score, guys? Do you guys remember?
Ryan, what did he have?
So Matt finished with a score of plus 3.
Eesh. Wow,
so
that is a big difference.
Not to inflate his head too much here, but Matt IR Regan hit on all 3 locks, and he nulled out Mac Jones at plus 6, Justin Fields at plus 3, and Etienne at plus 5. Not only that, but he hit on 6 of the 10 projections. In comparison, Mel Kiper Jr. from ESPN and Daniel Jeremiah of NFL Network both went 4 for 32. So, congrats. You are the champ. Apparently, you're an NFL expert.
Excuse me.
All right. So I guess I'll have Regan draft my rookie draft for Dynasty this weekend.
Yeah,
probably hit on more picks than I will.
Can't say
he should take Kuiper's place on ESPN.
Yeah, he should.
It probably pays better. I'll take that.
Yeah, I think so.
I bet. I'd like to. Sorry, Regan. I just would like to thank Jerry for all his insight on his bets, his prop bets last week. I thankfully did not put the money down on Jacksonville drafting the tight end. I was like, I don't have a good feeling about it. I was tempted, but I passed on it. So I actually did, funny story, a little off fantasy football, but for the Kentucky Derby, I did prop bets in a pool for CBS, and I got 10th place out of 33,000 people.
Wow.
Won no money, though.
Did you wear a fancy hat when you did it?
No.
No, that's why.
I did have a bow tie, though.
Nailed it.
The bow tie got you in the top 10. The hat
would have brought you all the way.
Would have won some money.
All right. To the tippity top.
You do like my tippity top, don't you?
Just the tip of the top.
Ryan, how did Jerry do? Any word?
Yeah, so Jerry hit on 4 of the 7 bets that we discussed on last week's episode. So he hit on Devontae Smith under 11.5. He went 10 to the. Who did he go to, guys? Help me out. Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And I'll touch on that later in my
Ooh.
predictions. Yeah. Waddle under 12.5.
Mm-hmm.
first round tight ends under 1.5 and quarterbacks under 5.5. So those were all Jerry's hits.
Mhm.
He did miss on Kyle Pitts. He did project him to go over 5.5, and he missed on the top. Actually, he missed on 3, 4, 5, which he also advised to kind of stay away from that pick. So I don't know.
He got kind of greedy.
Mm. And then he pushed on the over-under and SEC players in the first round at 12. He projected 11, and it was exactly 12.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
They did pretty good though in general.
Yeah.
I
Not a bad
can't
night.
do that stuff. It's too nerve wracking.
He said 60% for college football, and he was at about 57%
Hey,
on hits.
As
So
long as you're
lines
over
up.
That's
50.
pretty accurate.
Mm.
Good for him.
Alrighty. Well, let's move on to recapping the first round of the draft. We'll go through the first round. We'll comment on who we are excited about, who we're disappointed, not in them, but the team taking them. We'll keep it short and sweet, try to move this along. A lot of players to get to. And then we'll talk, I guess, about how Regan got most of these right.
Just the first 6.
So, big shocker with the 1.1 Jacksonville Jaguars take Trevor Lawrence, QB from Clemson. Big surprise. Nothing really much to say that hasn't been said already, right?
Yeah, I feel like he's just the only QB you know is going to start for sure. It's about
Beautiful
well.
lettuce. Beautiful head of lettuce.
Sunshine.
it's a blonde lettuce.
It is. Well, then next with the second overall pick was the Jets with Zach Wilson. He'll definitely start.
I guess.
They have.
No, they will. They will. Oh, I'm just kidding.
And he'll be better than Trevor Lawrence. I'm sticking to it, man. This year, not overall his career, but this year. I just think the Jets are going to surprise people. Kind of like when the Colts tanked, they sucked for luck. Then they came back the next year and lit it up. So
It's the Jets we're talking about, right?
It is.
Just checking. Yeah.
Yeah. But the Patriots are kind of the bottom of the totem pole now. So, yeah.
You disgust
You'll
me
see.
sometimes.
Dynasty 3.0 coming at you.
Oh God, coming in hot.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of hot,
Oh,
California, San Francisco.
talking about Zach Wilson's mom.
Oh,
sorry.
I cannot comment
Or
on
deny.
that. Not enough information. Let me do a quick Google search. Anyway, San Fran got Trey Lance. They traded with the Dolphins, and the Dolphins had the third overall because of the Texans. So they took Trey Lance. So a lot of stupid smoke screens on if they're taking Mac Jones, and I stupidly fell for it. But I'm not really sure if I fell for it. I think they had it. I think they had to change their mind. They wanted Mac Jones, but then all the heat that they were getting from the fans and everybody else, just the pressure got to Kyle. I think, but we'll never know.
Quick note on that. Did you guys see Adam Scheffler reported the 49ers?
Schefter.
I'm going to... No,
maybe one time this year.
I wrote it down once.
One time.
Anyways, bro, I was rudely interrupted after I said something wrong, like everyone else has. The 49ers believed that number 3 pick Trevor Lawrence was, in quotes, the smartest QB in the draft, and, in quotes, the most ready to play right away.
Wait, Trevor Lawrence or Trey Lance?
Trey Lance, I'm sorry.
All right. No, Mac Jones is the smartest football-wise.
Well, my big takeaway from that was they're saying that he's ready to play right away. And what does that mean for Garoppolo? And do you think he's ready to play right away? Because I'm not. He's played one season in college. One season and one game.
State.
Yeah. He's not ready. And they'll keep Jimmy. And Kyle Shanahan takes his time to enter in the quarterback anyway. So, he's not going to start week 1.
I don't think so either, but I just find that weird that came out today.
All right.
I was like, all right.
Yeah. Slow news there.
They've kind of been all over the map.
We didn't even know who they were taking.
They have no idea what they're doing themselves.
No, that's why I think they had to change their mind because of all the pressure. But anyway, moving on. Spent way too much time on that. Atlanta Falcons taking Kyle Pitts. Regan called this like 3 months ago. I kind of had a
Winner.
feeling. I was hoping that he would drop to Miami, but hey, he's with the Falcons, and Matt Ryan's stock is going up, man.
Big time.
He's listed as a tight end, but he'll line up in the slot. He'll line up out wide like Kelsey and Gronk would do back in the olden days of 3 seasons ago. And yeah, I think he'll break the narrative of rookie tight ends don't do well during the season.
Stop
What are your
taking my info on my later conversation.
I got you. Everybody will forget it anyway, or they'll stop listening by this point, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, I'm gonna forget. We all know that. So
That is true. Ryan, any thoughts on him?
I'm surprised they didn't trade back. You know, they have so many needs. If you trade back to say like to 9 to Denver, like we kind of like I had projected,
Mhm.
you know, you can pick a really solid defensive foundational player in that spot and collect future draft picks or later draft picks, whatever the case may be. So I'm just surprised they didn't trade back.
agreed. It's also
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts. The guy's amazing.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then next, the Miami Dolphins were stolen again. The next pick, Jamar Chase, going to the Cincinnati Bengals instead of being a smart team and drafting an O lineman to protect their franchise quarterback and Burrows.
Poor Joe. Except he's happy.
I know it's Burrow. I was only kidding. But yeah, no, that's who he wanted, so that's what he gets. Any thoughts, Ryan?
I mean, this is what I projected, but it doesn't really make any sense to me. The more I think about it, I'm like, you have a likely all-pro left tackle, and you pass over him for a wide receiver. I mean, you need time to throw the ball. Joe Burrow doesn't have any time. Just is coming off of a horrific leg injury, and great, he's got another weapon that he can't throw the ball to.
It's a good way to put it.
Mm.
Definitely. They're reunited though, so
yeah, good for them. And of course, finally, Miami is on the board.
Gross.
And they take.
Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle.
Jalen Waddle. He was actually. I would, if I didn't get Kyle Pitts, I kind of want Waddle over Jamar Chase, even though everybody's saying Chase is the best. I wanted somebody that Tua was kind of familiar with. Excuse me. So I'm happy with that pick.
No, that's a real good pick. He's not that he's Kyle Pitts level, but he's on the level as in being someone totally different than the rest of the NFL. You know, he's a Tyreek Hill lookalike for the most part. That's
You mean look-alike in ability, right?
Yes. They're not twins. Get off my back today, Ryan. Talk about him. Jeez.
Yeah, I think if Jalen Waddle doesn't get hurt last year, misses a lot of time, then he's probably above Chase. That's my opinion.
And all I gotta say is you win one competition and everybody hates you.
Well, I don't hate you. I'm just not your friend right now. Anyway, Ryan, how about you continue on?
You're not getting a Christmas card.
All right, where are we at? We're at 107.
You're not invited to my Sweet 16. Yeah, the Lions at number 7.
So the Lions take offensive tackle Penei Sewell, who I think is the perfect piece to kind of start a rebuild. So Jared Goff's going to have some time to pass, and Penei Sewell is going to be a stud offensive lineman. What are you thinking, Mac?
I like him. If Miami didn't have a desperate need at a weapon, I would have loved to have had him on my team. But yeah, good pick by them. Good foundation to build off of.
he was talking today about how he is ready to run through people. So he seems like a bite your kneecap kind of guy, Dan
he's gonna
Campbell
be
kind of guy,
feasting off of
biting kneecaps and
kneecaps.
shins and toes.
What a visual.
He's going for elbows too. He's gonna be the type of guy that doesn't play with the face mask and just bite people.
I wonder how
Where
that
did this
interview went.
conversation go?
It's like we have this stranger here. What are you gonna do to them? Give him a little nibble?
Regan, you gotta watch the Dan Campbell press conference. Oh man,
Jesus. I missed out, apparently.
You gotta get that clip.
I'll get it.
All right.
It's absolute gold, Regan. I'll send you.
Now that you say that, I feel like you said it to me and I looked that up.
I think like our first episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue on, Ryan.
All right. We're going right down the list. 108.
Just make it quick. We don't really care about defensive players, right?
Yeah, 108 Carolina Panthers, cornerback J.C. Horn. You guys a little surprised they didn't go offense here to help out Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
But
Maybe they don't have enough faith in him.
then they should have taken a quarterback.
That's what I was actually surprised about. I thought they were going to.
No, it was either that or defense, I figured. That's why I was taking the prop bet of defensive player in the top 10. That's what I was looking for. And we got 2 in the top 10. Look at that.
Yeah, and after you talked about there was a chance that this was the first draft where a defensive player wasn't taken in the top 10 since the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of them end up
57.
getting taken. It's pretty surprising. Which brings us to our next pick, which was number 9 to the Broncos, cornerback Patrick Surtain the second.
Nailed it.
I think it's Surtain. There's an I in there.
I thought they were saying Surtain all night. I thought it was Surtain too.
They all say it differently as they go. I feel like they mess you.
They must be drinking the whole time.
Probably.
That's a long time just to sit there.
Adam Scheffler is, just sipping whiskey.
Good for him.
What was that?
I'm a little surprised that he went to the Broncos. I thought they were going to take Micah Parsons at that point, keeping that pick, and I pictured the Cowboys picking up Surtain.
Yeah, I agree. I thought they were a linebacker in general. All right, let's move it along. Let's get some offensive players, guys.
All right. Ryan, what's next?
Yeah.
You can go to pick 12.
All right. Perfect. So we're back on the offensive track here. So the number 10, Eagles trade up with the Cowboys, interdivision trade, to sneak in front of the Giants and pick wide receiver Devontae Smith.
Mm-hmm. Good pick.
I can't believe they traded up with the Cowboys. I can't believe they let that happen.
Hey, it's late at night, trying to find some partner.
Seriously.
Doesn't matter what they look like.
Aww.
Doesn't matter the history. The mileage.
Another bad visual. You guys are killing me on this episode.
What? I'm just saying they've had a rocky relationship and they're division rivals. That's all.
The Cowboys have had many rocky relationships.
To bring it back to football, the football side of it all, I forget who it was who made this point, but even if they didn't make that trade with the Eagles, Smith is going interdivision to the Giants. Mm-hmm. So you might as well make the trade with the Eagles, get a few more picks, and trade back a little bit.
Smart. What's next?
I'm full of good points, guys.
Yeah, all right. We know you take a lot of good points. In all different shapes and sizes.
So pick number 11.
Next.
The Chicago Bears make a big jump from the 20th pick to 11 to sneak in and pick quarterback Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm. Where quarterbacks go to die.
I wanted the Pats to get him so bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm wrong.
Nah, it's a good pick for them. I think you'll be wrong, but
it's just tough. You just see the direction where the NFL is going with the mobile quarterback and so on. When your team picks a pocket passer that's as slow as Tom Brady, you get a little nervous. But Just saying.
I mean, Tom Brady has won 7 Super Bowls.
I said the direction it's going now. Even though he just won. Damn it.
Yeah, he keeps on winning.
I was going to say, he is the defending champion,
All right,
too.
well, next.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I like Fields. I think Ryan Pace, the GM of the Bears, and Matt Nagy, the head coach. I mean, they're on the hot seat this year, so they had to make a big move. Couldn't just stick with Andy Dalton. All right, so we got pick number 12 to the Cowboys. Linebacker Micah Parsons.
Mhm.
Guys have anything to say about him?
Nah, enough's been said. Great linebacker. Good for him.
Good
He'll
pass
do-
rusher.
He'll do well.
Hope he does.
And 13, maybe a little bit more of a fantasy impact pick here. So, sorry, I went one more
Keep
pick.
going.
I hope you guys
Keep
don't
going.
mind. Chargers picked tackle Rashawn Slater. I guess he projected to play right tackle, but he could move to left. So just another piece to help out Justin Herbert
And Austin Eckler. My
Yeah,
dynasty.
seriously.
and Austin Eckler.
I need him.
It's
Yeah,
huge.
really
They needed
big.
that bad.
Mm-hmm. I was on life support all season when he went down.
I thought the Chargers might be a team that would make a move to add a running back and kind of take away Eckler's value a little bit. I'm not sure how confident they are in him long term.
They're not, but they had what's the rookie they had last year?
Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not doing too well, but they let go of Balaj as well.
Yeah.
So, hey, I don't know. I don't know. Boost up the O-line, go next year in the draft, running back. All right, Regan, you want to continue on?
Yeah. Want to do just like 2 more and stop at the Pats?
No. We'll just pick up the pace a little bit.
All right. So the New York Jets, traded from the Vikings.
Yeah, they traded up.
When grabbed the guard from USC, Elijah Vera Tucker. New York Jets, this is nice. Something to protect their new investment at QB. So this is huge.
This is my other thing, too, with my Zach Wilson prediction, is they're investing in their O-line. I know rookie linemen don't do that great coming out. Like, expectations are always too high. But the Jaguars' O-line is terrible. So, we'll see. Good pick by them.
Say Jaguars, you mean the Jets?
No. I'm saying my Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence comparison.
Oh, got you. All right, cool.
Yep.
I like it. All right, and then we have the Pats. You good with that, Ryan? I didn't know if you need to add anything.
Go ahead. No. I think that's it.
Yeah, just try to keep this moving. So Patriots obviously grabbed Mac Jones from Alabama, 15th overall. A big need. I guess the only question we really have, guys, is does Cam play the full season, or does Mac Jones play at all this year?
How about we ask some Patriot fans?
You like an answer to our prayer. No, wait a minute. I'm not answering to your prayers. I'm not a savior or Jesus
a long
Christ,
one.
Martin Luther King, or the Easter Bunny. I'm a football coach. That's all.
Yep. He's the answer to your prayers. Goodbye, Cam Newton. Please.
Was that Bill?
That was
That was Bill.
that was Bill. Yeah. Answer to their prayers. No more Cam Newton, please. I do not want to watch that.
Cam plays 2021. Mac Jones starts week 1, 2022.
I would agree. Cam's gone after that. I don't think he'll be the backup.
No.
Hopefully he does well this year and he can get a little side job.
Nah, he'll beat him out. They're gonna have an actual camp and they're gonna see how good he is.
16th, Arizona Cardinals, Xavier Collins, linebacker from Tulsa. They're doing pretty good on offense, so this is huge for them to throw a little bit on their defensive side. They weren't too good last year.
No, they were struggling a bit.
Yeah. Xavier Collins linebacker. I'm trying to think of who their other linebacker is. I can't remember right now.
Yeah, not important. He doesn't get any fantasy points.
We'll skip that one. Vegas, our producer would love this. The Las Vegas Raiders selected Alex Leatherwood. Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle.
There you go.
Offensive
That man is a mouthful.
Leatherwood. Oh God. Offensive tackle though, that's also big for their running backs now. They can't hear our producer in the background. I wish they could.
It's all good. Anyway, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, good for them. They got him. Any comments, Ryan?
They'll be the same old Raiders.
Yeah, they will. They suck.
Enough said.
All right. At 18, Miami Dolphins select defensive end Jalen Phillips.
Like it.
Love it. As long as he stays healthy. I hate hearing that. I hate saying it, but yeah, he's a monster on the field, man.
The
Well
U,
done.
baby. Staying in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
The Washington football team at 19 selected Jamin Davis, linebacker, Kentucky. They are stacking their defense.
Oh yeah,
It is
Right.
going to be impressive.
well,
They're sneaky good.
you look
They
at
really are.
you look at Dallas and the offensive weapons that they have, and the Eagles trying to stack up on offense, and the Giants and their free agent moves plus Devontae Smith. They needed to.
Great call. I think they're doing it right too. You get a good established defense, and hopefully the offense trickles in through the season.
They have enough offensive weapons.
They do.
Yeah,
For
they'll
now.
be all right. For now.
Maybe once they establish their team, they'll establish a nickname.
Mm.
I think that's probably what they're going for. That's a good call.
So
Yeah, the FT.
the 5-year plan.
Yeah, I think so. I think 5 to 10 years, they'll have another name.
Old saggy. Never mind. We won't finish that.
They'll go to FT next time. They'll just abbreviate it.
There you go.
Just make it WTF because we have no idea what they're doing.
Is it Jamin or Jammin? Because Jammin is a sweet first name.
It's Yamin, actually.
Okay.
Anyways, at
Moving on.
20, the New York Giants traded the Bears for Kadarius Toney, wide receiver,
Mhm.
Florida. So they're just
Kadarius
trying.
Toney. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Good pick by them. I like it. He's not going to get much work this year, though. Probably next year once
Yeah.
they move on from Sterling Shepard.
No, I couldn't agree more. That's a great call. They are trying to stack that side of the ball, though, which is great. It's good to watch, at least.
Yeah, good receiver, and they got a 2022 first round pick. So,
All right.
pretty good deal there, I think.
Yeah, it's from the Fields trade.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys.
Yeah, I'll just ramble off till next.
You got to
few,
talk
right?
about. You got to talk about this last kid. Though.
I know. We'll skip defensive players. And yeah, Indianapolis Colts, Titans, the Vikings. They took an offensive tackle.
Hang on. I do want to give like Quiddy Pie for the Colts, first Rhode Islander since the 30s.
That's what I said. I said talk about him, not skip him.
I thought you wanted to move on. I'm sorry.
No, I was
I'm
pumped
sorry.
about this guy.
You're right. What was that? Hendricken? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
Yep.
Local
Yeah,
product.
he'll do well.
It's an amazing story. I suggest everyone go see it on NFL Network or NFL.com. I'm sure it's still up there. But he had a great story.
I will do that. And Caleb Farley, cornerback from Virginia Tech to the Titans. Minnesota Viking, Christian Darrisaw, offensive tackle. Then another great story, Najee Harris to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I predicted that Miami was going to reach for him at the 18th pick. I'm glad they went defense instead. But his story, he did a draft party from the homeless shelter that he was in back when he was a kid. His mom, he has 4 siblings, single mom. Just a great success story. I really hope he does well. And the Steelers needed a running back, so I don't blame him.
That's a good story. That's awesome.
Future face.
I believe
franchise.
so too. Can be.
For sure. I hope so. Then number 25 to the Jaguars, Travis Etienne, running back from Clemson. So they're pairing him up with Trevor Lawrence. Ryan, you want to vent? You got 60 seconds to vent. Go ahead. Or cry it out. We're here for you.
Ouch.
Why? Why would you take a running back? You have a running back. You are one of the worst teams. You are the worst team in the NFL. Why did you take a running back when you have one? You have holes everywhere on your team. You just drafted a quarterback. You didn't draft a lineman. What do you? I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it.
Urban Meyer, you care to comment? And there we go.
Couldn't pay him enough to get him on.
No. We didn't get him on.
Couldn't do it.
No.
Sorry, Herb. I'll try next time. You don't deserve to talk to us right now.
No,
seriously.
No.
Unreal, man. I'll tell you, like, you got whoever has James Robinson in Dynasty is like crushed right now. Absolutely crushed.
I got him in a keeper league that I was pumped about, and now I don't.
I said when they got Carlos Hyde to trade him, get rid of him because they don't believe in him.
How do you not believe in that guy?
And James Robinson, I don't know. He takes draft capital at a higher value than the rest of the smart people in the league.
Unrestricted free agent, pennies on the dollar, perfect for what you need for a rebuild, and you go and draft somebody else.
Yep. And the 26 overall, we had Cleveland Browns, Greg Newsome, the second cornerback from Northwestern.
Next.
Good for them. They're going to be back in the playoffs. I'm sure they'll be number one, number two, number one between them and the Ravens. We'll see.
Nailed that projection in our mock draft.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yes, we did.
Too bad we didn't have that part of the game.
Number 27, Baltimore Ravens, Rashad Bateman, wide receiver from Minnesota. Good for them, except they have a run-heavy offense. So we'll get into that in the future during the summer, breaking down each team. But you got Marquise Brown. They signed Sammy Watkins, right? And Mark Andrews, plus him. Like, his dynasty value, what would you say, Ryan? It dropped a bit, huh?
I'd say it dropped a bit, but I'm going to talk about Rashad Bateman a little bit later, real quick. I don't mind this. I don't mind this pick.
All right, you tease. Regan,
people need to know. No, I'm gonna let Ryan cover this one. I wish it wasn't the Ravens, but I also agree with Ryan. I don't think it's the end of the world.
Well, let's roll through these last defensive players, and then I'll jump. I can jump into a little Bateman talk.
Like it.
All right, New Orleans Saints, Peyton Turner, defensive end. Green Bay Packers, 29, Eric Stokes, corner. Buffalo Bills, I don't know. How do you say this one? Greg Rousseau? Edge rusher from Miami. Rousseau, excuse me.
French.
I was thinking Junior Seau.
It's a ninja.
Gotcha. Then the Baltimore Ravens with their pick that they traded from the Chiefs, Jason Oye, Ole, edge rusher, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Joe Tyron, another edge rusher. So yeah, a lot more defensive players than I thought were gonna go.
Agreed. Than expected. That was a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Anyway, moving on.
What a good draft, though. We needed that.
What do we
need? Something. We just needed football. It was nice.
I know. The hype was built up, and we were done talking about it.
Yeah, especially when you're starting a podcast and you're looking for something to talk about and give our viewers the best thing to listen to necessarily, and that was spot on. Gave us a lot of material.
Some may say it was too much. More than just a tip.
3 days worth.
All right, Regan, you want to get into your? Whoop. You guys can't hear that. Thank God.
Jeez, I don't want
to. You want to get to your question of the day?
So, yeah. So my question of the day, guys. Hope you prepared because it's so hard. What pair of reunited QB and skills player from college that have now on the same team? What do you think their fantasy output is? Which pairing do you think has the best fantasy output this coming up year, I should say? We have Trevor Lawrence. I can never say this guy's last name. Travis Etienne. Yeah.
Etienne. Yep.
Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and Tua and Jalen Waddle. Those are some nice pairings. And to think that they were all in college together at one point in time is crazy. And the one that stuck out to me was Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and the year that obviously last year Jamar Chase took off, so the year that Jamar Chase went off, Joe Burrow was his quarterback, going for like 1,900 yards and so on. So something crazy. So what do you guys think? Who has the biggest impact this year out of those? I think I actually missed one too. I think there was one other one.
There might have been. I don't think so though. I'm just gonna be a homer. I'm going with Tua and Waddle. I think they're so is Waddle's freshman year, junior year of Tua. 42 receptions, 850 yards, 7 touchdowns in 2018. Tua was just shy of 4,000 yards. He had 43 touchdowns and 6 picks. I just think if as long as they set him up right, and he has the weapons now, he's got to prove it. The 40 time of Waddle, everybody compares him to Tyreek Hill. He's getting really annoyed with that, and you know what he's gonna do? He's just gonna.
Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle.
That's the opposite of what he does, though. It's hilarious.
No, he's gonna waddle away from the into the. He's just so fast. He's gonna blow right by.
I like it a lot.
Right. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan.
Let's do some process of elimination. So I'm going Hurts Devontae Smith because Devontae Smith he's the only weapon on that team. I mean, not high on Jalen Reagor. What's JJ White Arcega doing nowadays?
Unemployment line.
Yeah. And here's a name I want you to get familiar with. Brandon Allen. You know who Brandon Allen is? The backup quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals, because Joe Burrow is not playing a full season, guaranteed.
Ooh.
And Lawrence and Etienne, they already got a running back. They don't need Travis Etienne.
You knew Ryan wasn't picking them.
Process of elimination. I'm going Hurts and Smith. And Tua, can throw 6 yards.
You didn't watch that Kansas City game last year. He was slinging it all over. He had 350 yards, and his receivers were dropping bombs as well. They weren't just right in their hands. They were wide open. And they should have won that game if they made catches. He would have had 500 yards. So he can do it. They got a new offense coordinator or co-offense coordinator that I'm not a fan of. We can get into that some other time. But yeah, Gailey's out, and they were just way too conservative. They played it way too safe. So I think this year's just going to be different. I feel it.
Since we all picked different people, we're going to put this in a bet somewhere. I'm going to write this down. So
Document it.
Yeah, I'm documenting the crap out of this. All right, what's next, Mac?
All right, we got about 10 minutes left, I think. So let's move on. A few episodes ago, we had a most immediate impact episode for rookies. So let's just kind of recap where they went and if we are pivoting from our outrageous claims, some of us not naming any names, and see where we stand now, or if our tips are just going to hang in the wind. Just go where the wind blows. We'll see. Regan, you want to start us off, or?
Yeah, we doing the what our 3 immediate ones, or you want to go off our old one?
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Just
just 3. Just pick 3 out of the 5.
okay. So I'll do one and then we'll go through. I'm guessing. So I picked Najee Harris of the Steelers. I was trying to find some different players from the draft itself, but I just couldn't pass this guy up. Not having competition in general might be the biggest. The Steelers have been on the bottom, one of the bottom run games or run offense in the past 3 years.
And that's been declining every year, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's been horrible. And one of those years was the year that James Conner went off and got eighth overall, I believe, in PPR for running back.
Yeah, but that was all receiving yards, though.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I think Najee Harris can bring to this team. I think in the obviously they didn't go lineman too much this year. I think that could come down the line. So as of right now, I think he's going to bring the pass game back to the Steelers, maybe what Le'Veon Bell did, just with a bigger body. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope he does well.
It's definitely possible. I mean, his value is high and doesn't have any competition, like you were saying. I don't think Jalen Samuels is going to be.
Hey! I got McFarland on my dynasty team. Took it with the 5th pick last year, my rookie draft.
I think there's a reason why they drafted a running back in the first round, so they did not have to play McFarland.
Yeah, he did not do well last year in his chances that he got. Anyway, what's your next one, Regan?
All right, my next one's Michael Carter of the Jets, running back. I know, there's a lot of people in that backfield. They got Tevin Coleman, Michael P. Ryan, and a few others. That being said, I think he might be the most athletic running back out of the bunch. Maybe the most talented. Mike LaFleur is the running back, be taking over the offensive calls this year, coming from Kyle Shanahan's system. And you know how much he likes to run. So the 49ers were able to have several running backs at one time. And I'm thinking they could possibly bring it to this. But I think Michael Carter kind of takes it over eventually. I don't think he'll have it right away. He's going to have to beat out a couple guys, but I don't think that's going to take too long. What do you think, Mac?
No, you're probably right. No, they drafted him with purpose, man. So I like it. Building a good offensive arsenal.
Yeah, I think Michael Carter's yards after contact are really high. And I also think he's a good PPR value. He's got decent hands, can really make some plays. So maybe doesn't have the explosive speed to break away all that much, but definitely shifty.
Yeah, they definitely put the capital into his draft, draft pick. So I just positive thinking, even though it's the Jets. There's not much positive thinking there.
I know. So it was like it almost made me want to throw up a little bit, like a Jets pick. Like I'm doubting everything that I know about football, or something's wrong. Something's
or
not
I'll
right.
be right. Hey. Stranger things have happened.
Or maybe the Jets are competitive. What?
Hey, I know. It's a crazy thought. Regan, you want to go on with your next pick, or cut it there?
Sure. Don't mind. I'll do the last one. Don't mind my dog in the background getting mail delivered at 9:00 at night. Apparently, my last one's it's kind of a cheato, but I picked Kyle Pitts. And the only reason why I really did this is because everybody's saying that the tight ends don't really pan out their first year in the league. And I think this guy is going to pan out. I think the tight end field, there's not much. All the rankers that I'm seeing, they got him at around 8 and moving up. So I know he's got a lot of competition there with Ridley and Julio. Julio might be gone. They don't know if they're going to trade him. That being said, I think this is going to be the first tight end in a while that makes a name for himself his rookie year.
Ryan, you're shaking your head. What's wrong?
I don't love Kyle Pitts, and I don't even know if I have a reason not to love him. I just.
You say you don't love Kyle Pitts?
No.
Agreed.
Yeah,
We do it again.
that's about how I feel. Something's off. Something's off. And I don't think I do think it'll take him time to develop. I think when you look at his comps, like a Darren Waller, it took Darren Waller time to develop. It took Travis Kelce time to develop.
Yeah, it did.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, we will.
It will, and someone will be right. All right. I guess I'll go next, unless Ryan, you want if you're all
No,
queued
go
up.
ahead.
All right. So one of the five I had was Amon-Ra, excuse me. Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver, taken by the Lions. And I actually think this is a great pick by them, and I think I might actually be correct on this. So we'll see if I can cash in on that bet. Not really any money on it, but we'll see. So his competition is Quintez Cephas. His stats last year, non-factor. Tyro Williams with the Raiders last year, or excuse me, 2019. He didn't play last year with them. He only had 42 receptions, 650 yards, 6 touchdowns. Geronimo Allison, if you guys remember him, Green Bay days, non-factor stats as well. Brashad Perriman, 30 receptions, 500 yards, touchdowns with the Jets last year. Again, they were tanking, so they weren't trying to score. So his only real competition is Swift, who's going to line up in the slot, and Jamal Williams, who does take a lot of receiving yards, and then Hawkinson or Droppinson. I think out of all the landing spots, this is kind of the best one, as long as Goff can just get the ball out, but he has to play against zone to be productive. But I think he might be my one hit out of the 5 predictions. So we'll see. Ryan?
He's certainly going to get a share of the targets, which is just the biggest thing when you're talking about immediacy of impact. And I talked about it on when we talked during that episode. And yeah, I agree. Not a lot of competition. We'll get a lot of targets.
We'll see.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's he's got no competition in general. I think it's a great landing spot, and they need him. And they got a left tackle to protect Goff for a little bit.
Yeah. He's a great route runner. Excuse me. So hopefully they get him the ball. And then let's see. Who is my next one? Oh yes, Chuba Hubbard. Chuba is actually how you pronounce it. He was drafted by the Panthers.
You're killing me, Smalls.
So in the 4th round, 126 overall, you got Christian McCaffrey in front of him, and I don't wish Christian McCaffrey to get hurt. I don't have him in a dynasty or a redraft or anything, but I love watching him play. I would like him in a redraft, so I would like him not to get hurt, because if he does, then Hubbard might get some playing time, but not much. Kind of sucks, but maybe he'll drop in a dynasty draft, and I can grab him then, because he can be a PPR machine. That's why they took him, because they like that style. He's good at catching the balls out of the backfield. You guys don't have to share my pain. It's okay. We can move on.
Well, hey, I got one question. Do you think it makes sense to grab him as a backup plan if you have drafted Christian McCaffrey?
Like a handcuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that eventually, because you still got other running backs out there, like Todd Gurley's still out there. They might do some signings during camp, see how he works out. But yeah, just keep an eye on him. We'll see. All right.
That last one, Mac.
I got one more. All right.
Pat.
Pat Freiermuth. Like Vermouth.
Nice.
He is drafted by the Steelers. I thought he was going to go high. I was thinking he might sneak into the 1st round, and then, 2nd round to the Steelers. This one sucks. because the target share is not going to be there for him. He'll have a couple good games where he gets 2 touchdowns, like Irv Smith last year with Vikings, and then everybody will pick him up thinking that he's going to do well, and then he's going to put up a goose egg. His competition, obviously, is Claypool. He had 62 receptions, 875 yards, 9 touchdowns last year. Deontay Johnson, 88 receptions, 973 yards, 7 touchdowns. Juju, sneaky good, 97 receptions, 831 yards, and 9. You know, he just signed the 1-year contract at a distance. He was offered more money elsewhere, but he likes being with the Steelers for some reason. And then, of course, you know, Eric Ebron, depth chart, and then Najee Harris. Since they are going to try getting that run game going, yeah, he's just going to be out there to block and maybe some red zone target. That's about it. He's really only if Eric Ebron goes down, he'll be desperate streaming option. So we'll see.
I think he'd be possibly be a good like DFS player, where you know you insert him in your lineup for cheap money, and he gets those red zone targets, and maybe he does score 2 touchdowns. But as far as like a redraft value is pretty low, if it exists in at all. And dynasty, you know, maybe a couple of years down the road, but then you don't have Big Ben, so who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. And then Captain Showdown on like he's definitely going to be a cheap option to throw in there. Maybe one of those 2 touchdown games. So, all right, that wraps it up for me. So, Ryan, if you want to take it from here.
Yeah, I'll go real quick. I know we're running out of time here, so I think 2 guys that I do want to talk about that I talked about on the previous episode with rookie predictions. I think Rondale Moore got a fantastic landing spot with Kyler Murray. Larry Fitzgerald is no longer there, so Moore is going to be the slot guy from the start. So he's going to get a lot of targets. He's going to have a lot of receptions. He is an explosive guy, good route runner. So as long as he stays healthy, I think he's a guy that could have value in a redraft league, and could be a steal of the first round of a dynasty draft later in the round or later in the first round. And then Rashad Bateman, I know that there are a lot of different weapons on the team now. Signed Sammy Watkins, Marquise Brown's there, Mark Andrews. I think Mark Andrews should be concerned about his red zone targets because I think Rashad Bateman's going to take some of them. I also think he's a heck of a player. He can really catch in traffic, and it seems like they're kind of committed to the pass now. Maybe they are trying to transition a little bit and balance that offense a bit because they're investing in the wide receiver position. So we'll have to see, but I do think Rashad Bateman still has value for this season.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
Hope so.
Yeah, I think it'd be slim, but that's what.
To say that's my second brief of the day. There you go.
I like the first one better.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
It's much more fresh.
Granny panties this time around.
Hope you kept the receipt. You can return those.
Do you have another one, or is that it?
No, I mean, the third one I had was Terrace Marshall, who I didn't touch upon during that last episode. But I think he's got a decent landing spot with Carolina. I also think he could really be a steal, especially where he went in the second round. So keep your eye out on him.
Like it.
Redraft dynasty, keeper leagues. He's a good guy to target.
Yeah.
Late.
Real late.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. So, anybody have anything for the leftover? Anything else we didn't touch upon? We've touched upon a lot. So, if you don't have anything, bad.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty full episode with all those drafts. Oh, there's so much draft.
And I'm kind of burnt out from it. So, but speaking of drafts, we got one coming this weekend for our rookie draft, and I got to make some moves. I kind of mortgaged my future getting out of the first and second round this draft, and I kind of need to get back in. So, we'll see. Hopefully they're not listening, but I gotta try this wheeling and dealing. But yeah, so wish us luck. Next week we will do a mock rookie draft for Dynasty. So hopefully we'll have a good outcome this draft, and then we can learn from it and help you guys out with our mock one. And just be sure to like, subscribe, share our tips with your friends, because sharing is caring. Comment, email us. We have those in the description. The links are set up. Follow us on our socials at justthetipffp. You can follow our personal ones too if you are into that sort of thing.
Well put. Well put.
Make sure your mother follows me too. All right.
Finish strong. I like it.
That's good.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.